On its trip soon today we're checking out Abandoned Droid Outpost, which I believe is also known as Sergeant Kreel's operation. It says in the description that a small Empire force led by Sergeant Kreel is attacking a small droid outpost of rogue droids from the Clone Wars era. There's only one mode for this, so let's begin. It's got a special operation area. This is a clearly different design for the Stormtrooper. Got quite a lot of different designs that look cool, so we'll check those out later. We'll play as the Stormtroopers for now. Why is a car? Why? Who's? Someone's car keeps beeping outside, man. What's happening to Stormtrooper? Okay, so this is HK3, a lot of health. I'm just dead. I mean, I think that might be for enemies for. So this is like crosshairs, GTW versus CIS. Not GTW, sorry. Empire versus CIS. What is happening? There's a motorbike outside. I swear, am I on the motorway or something? Which says command post. This is like a bit of a king of a hill kind of thing, where it's like that's the hill. That's a cool design, look at that. I believe this is one of the first mods, if not perhaps the first mod that I ever downloaded back on my modern PC. Use my old PC that I used to use. This is quite a special map.
Command post is now under hostile control.
I like how the Magna Guards for the what do you call it? The Magnum Saber thing. So this is Sergeant Kreel's got like a green lightsaber. Kreel's lightsaber, dispense health and ammo, and phone detonator.
Command post under attack. The Republic is in control of a command post. They're losing reinforcements. Keep it up. Hostiles have gained a command post.
Might try and get a thumbnail in. Probably not the right time. Damn it. I want to get that one it's like where it destroys, like kind of like that, I guess that would work. I'm trying to get the right angle. Like that, I suppose.
Now that's how it's done. Enemies down. The command post has been lost, but not the battle.
Got some trees over there, which is quite nice. Now, but most of the command posts are outside the tree area. But also, you having props there. I like the design of Shadow Troop, that's quite cool. I feel that droid couldn't this one fish off at least. These designs are really cool though, like really high quality.
The Republic is in control of a command post. Destroyer droid! Watch yourself!
I need 2 more points per Death Trooper.
Our forces are under escort of a leader. We've lost control of a command post. Hostiles have
So
gained
Sergeant
the
Kreel
command
again,
post.
we're gonna try and take this command post over here, I guess. I think this will be the best idea to do. Something about the dispenser, health and ammo thing is obviously because we're playing as a hero slash villain, it means that we can't actually use it for ourselves, which means that we can only really use it for the reinforcements, like the not hero villains ones, like the regular units, so to speak. There's another bike outside, I swear to God.
Command post is under Republic control. Destroyer droid! Grenade! Grenade!
I'm gonna, just because I want to test out some more of the and then the sides, I want to put onto endless reinforcements. So.
Yeah! Now you got it! Your leader's on the battlefield. For the Republic!
Ow.
They've sent in the supers! Come on!
Enemy attempting flanking maneuver.
Set 'em up and knock 'em down! We've got a sniper! Battle droid! I'm on 'em!
Why is that sound? Whoa.
Advance the attack.
There's a glitchy sound that happens then.
Incoming! For the Chancellor!
By the way, I noticed that like when downloading this mod here, it did take up quite a lot of storage on the Wars mod, and I think it's like when it comes to mods, right, you have to understand that obviously this is using custom sides, right? Right, let's go to somewhere peaceful. I just want to like have a bit of talk about like sides in games, right? Well, in this particular game at least. So, in terms of modding, right? Obviously, just saying this for people who don't do mods, right? The reason why, like, well, when I say do mods, I mean as like making them, right? The reason why like custom sides mods take up like the most amount of like space is because normally with mods and just maps here, they'll read the sides of the base game. So normally the side's already just in the base game by itself. However, in order to basically get custom sides working, you have to input like a line of code into the LUA files, basically saying DC, which stands for downloadable content. What this essentially means is that instead of it using the base game files in order to basically know which sides are being used, it instead uses the mods sides. You have to also copy and paste the sides folders from the individual game assets into there as well. And so what that basically means is that it's no longer using the base game, it's using the mods. And the thing is about that is that obviously because it's having to use these sides as a referencing point, it also uses all of the characters on that particular side, meaning that, for example, if you're playing as GCW and you want one stormtrooper to just be like a different appearance, like it has yellow on it, for example, right? You have to understand that because you had a DC line, it means that it's not just referencing that one stormtrooper; it's referencing all the other stormtroopers as well. I mean that you have to have every single one there, basically. And so, obviously, because it has to create all the like required side like files in order for it to obviously use the correct the sides correctly, it means that all of the data from that side is copied and pasted into the mod, meaning that basically, obviously, because it has all the data of said side, it takes up a lot more storage. Because normally that said storage is already used in the base game, but it's being referenced through the mods, not the base games, which hence obviously uses a lot more storage. And so yeah, that's why sides take up a lot more space. Because you're essentially duplicating one of the game's core components, you know what I'm saying? But obviously in an altered form. And said altered form is based on obviously what you've put into the custom side. So technically speaking, with this mod, right, because of what I've just explained, right, it means that, like, for example, when I throw this grenade isn't a part of like the base game, it's a part of a mod. Even though it uses obviously the same mechanics and everything, that's because it uses the same obviously files to work. However, the main focus point of altering said things is obviously things like obviously the appearance of the character and obviously localization as well. Localization obviously like as in like changing the names of things so it appears as Kreel's lightsaber instead of just like a regular lightsaber. I don't know why Google's advertising me new improvements on my phone. Anyway. Why am I still alive? I wanna play the different side. Plays Will Guard. Neat design. Will Guard is actually like nothing to note with Wheel Guard, right? Wheel Guard was actually an intended like character to be in South Africa 2005. But because 2005 was actually kind of rushed a bit, it meant that this character weren't in the game. Like another example of a game that was cancelled that was meant to be in this game was Ben Kenobi. Ben Kenobi was meant to be part of the base game. I know Obi-Wan is, but like as in like old Obi-Wan, Ben Kenobi. So there's cooked content, yeah. I believe this what do you call it? The guards, they actually had their own voice lines that were going to be in the game as well. Obviously those voice lines weren't used because they didn't have guards in the first place. They were originally going to add it anyway. Speaking of cooked content, there's actually, do you know Kiadi Mundi? He actually is meant to have like voice lines, and it's even programmed to get like the files are there and everything. But the thing is, there's a glitch in the game's code, which basically prevents him from being able to use said voice lines. So obviously whenever you're playing Karimundi, it's always on mute. He actually is meant to use voice lines. There's actually an online fixer as well. It's a bit complicated to set up, but you know, it's quite good. There's Magna Guard. Okay, so it uses Darth Maul's animations. Magna Guard versus Sergeant Kreel. Just unlock him. HK83. TK Justin. Wait, who's in? And the design of B2 Super Battle Droid, that's quite cool. It's like with metallic. Feels more accurate to for movers. How metallic and slow it is. Because obviously it's a huge piece of metal. Yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to end the video here, so, see you in the next one. Bye.